every time I lose somebody, I just get more and more careful. It's not like I'm emotionless or like, I've got a little box that I don't look in every now and then where I keep my grief, but like, it doesn't slow me down in the same way. If anything, it like sometimes fuels my desire to continue doing the thing. It's harder sometimes for me in my life to lose friends socially than it is for me to like actually have them like die. I've lost a fair amount of people in my immediate network. Tenure in a sport like this, at that point, people are going to pass away, and tenure in a career like I have, like people die. The best thing you can do is be very careful and know when to walk away. Take a postcard of the Pacific Northwest. I can take you to a place like that. 30 minutes outside of town, you drop into this canyon and boom, you're in Valhalla looking, ferns coming out of the walls, little flowers, fish jumping, waterfalls coming in from everywhere. And in the realm of whitewater, like, there's just some places that we get to see that no one else gets to see in person unless you have like the skill set to go there. My parents didn't just want us to watch TV and like hang out, so like, on a Sunday, they'd disconnect the cable. You had to be out of the house until the sun came down. They encouraged whatever we liked. Like, my parents were like, hey, you like this? Like, we're gonna help you do it. I think the one that was like the big click is like when I really started kayaking a lot, where I was like, oh, I love this. I will do this as much as I possibly can. One of the things that's come up often is like, people will ask about like, oh, like, do you want to be sponsored? Or like, why haven't you been sponsored yet? And for a long time I was like, well, it'd be pretty easy for me to get sponsored, especially when I was younger and more willing to do really dumb stuff. I was more afraid of being called out for pulling my own race card instead of rising on the merits of like me being good at what I was doing. I was like, no, I'd rather just continue to like be awesome over here. And if people appreciate the fact that I'm one of the few people like me doing that thing, that's awesome. I spent 10 years being a super outdoorsy person. And when I went into tree work, it was like everything I ever learned in the outdoors just applied at my job, being like, okay, risk management, rope work, and physics. It utilizes all of the skills that I spent the last 10 years like cultivating. I remember we had the ice storms in like 2020, but I remember like doing tons of storm work, working like 15-hour days and being really tired and being afraid. And I was still kayaking really hard at the time, and I think that's one of the times I was the most scared in my life. Like, it was too much danger. But given like kayaking is how I decompress, it's very hard to find a balance. loss of life is definitely a possibility. The times I've had to deal with it, it does mess me up, and it takes a very long time to get over. There are a lot of mornings where I just have to remind myself that I'm happy that I'm breathing. I'm practicing being grateful for being able to do everything I can do. Whether that's just putting both feet on the floor in the morning, or that's running waterfalls.
Peace of mind is real bag these days anyways. Fuck popularity, being seen and shit. It's temporary, just like pain.
Yeah, you gotta know. You gotta know. Hey, pain is temporary, giving up is forever. What do you gain from your contemporaries? Outliving the cost of living. Never will I settle for a cut. I keep my eyes open and my heart shut. On my obituary, hey, tell them I was driven, fearless and ready. Pain is temporary, bring your brain to the cemetery. Yo, the spirit lives on in a gimmick style. Every Christmas we used to get gifts from the clearance side. Cry so many tears these days, I got the clearest eyes. From websites to the lights. Hey, picture my music for a bite. Maneuvering my Rubik's Cube when my chick was bitching every night. Watch me bring the mainstream to the block. From daydreams on Main Street to Cubans on our necks in a lock. Like we plate freeze. Cops and robbers, mask on for disease. Hey, this the last call for you, Eve. I'm at Adam's apple with the wordplay. I'm a walking Scrabble. Fuck whoever doesn't believe. Hey, either love me or leave. Hey, release and receive. Release and receive. Yeah, pain is temporary. Giving up is forever. What do you gain from your contemporaries? Outliving the cost of living. Never will I settle for a cut. I keep my eyes open and my heart shut. On my obituary, hey, tell them I was driven, fearless and ready. Pain is temporary, bring your brain to the cemetery. Universal appeal, to me isn't real. It's hurtful to make kids jump hurdles and sip purple to feel. Some carry and conceal, to hide pain and not reveal the pressure that they feel. I'm here as a vessel portraying the words that I'm saying. There's life in the pictures that I'm painting. If heaven is earth, I'm in the front room waiting. The tomb is waiting for a young groom and a bride who's not ready and got married to